And there we go. Cowboys finished this 3-week business stretch with a win, improving to 8-3 on the season. A lot of great things happened this game and left me with 4 to 5 big takeaways, but none bigger than Deron Bland's record-breaking takeaway, breaking the pick 6 record all time. What a moment and what a call from Jim Nantz. Absolutely beautiful. It felt like he was going to get tackled and come up short, just short, but he hit that juke and nothing was stopping him. He made it in it. What a moment. I could not tell you when the last time was a Cowboys player broke an NFL record, especially that difficult of one. That one's going to stand for some time, and hopefully he can add to it. We'll just have to wait and see. He's just a glorifying example of where it does not matter where anyone is picked. They can come in and make a difference, and shows how important late rounders are. He's not the only late round pick making a difference for the Cowboys. That right there is where my next takeaway is. Look, the Cowboys have had plenty of late rounders come up big. Dak, Tyler Biadasz, Tony Pollard, Donovan Wilson, and so on. But the amount of late round and undrafted players they have gotten the past 2 years that are making a difference is just insane, and is what gives me hope and confidence for this team this year and the future. Look at Turpin and Brandon Aubrey, both undrafted players coming from the USFL, and have came up big this year and only scratching the surface of their potential. And then you also have Marquise Bell and Damone Clark, who are another 2 players that are on a tear this year. Marquise Bell was undrafted in 2022, and Damone Clark was a 5th round pick in 2022. Losing Leighton was tough, but these 2 have stepped up and have such a promising future. And lastly, one that's really under the radar is Jalen Brooks. He hasn't played much, but every time he is in and gets an opportunity, it feels like he's cashed in. He's a 7th round pick and just needs more opportunities. He hasn't had the impact like the other players have had, but to me has the same potential. All of this late round and undrafted talent is not only a credit to the players, but the coaching staff and the scouting department. Player acquisition is all year long. Leonard and the scouting department has done a phenomenal job, led by Will McClay. They have been so consistent in the draft for years now. And if you don't believe me, check this video out. But what goes hand in hand with the scouting department is the coaching staff. The coaching is a big part of this growth. And from a fan standpoint, it's hard to know how much impact it's having. But when the Cowboys have had vital injuries and then players continually just step up, that is a credit to the coaching staff for always getting them ready and prepared. And prepared they were on Thanksgiving Day. This game in the beginning went like I thought it was going to go. It was a test, kind of like the Carolina game the week before. But eventually the Cowboys flipped the script and turned a 20-10 game going into the 4th quarter to a 45-10 win. And this is where another of my takeaway comes in. The Cowboys' ability to just shift games and score on all 3 phases. It's a bright spot. And to me, it just shows that this team is never truly out. They could be down in the 4th quarter by multiple scores, and I'd feel confident. They just need that one play, one big play to get them on a roll. And you never know. But there is one negative that concerns me, and that is the 3rd quarter production. When you take out the Giants game in Week 9, they have scored a total of 6 points in the 3rd quarter since the 49ers game, and 0 since the Eagles game. When you look back at the Eagles game, the 3rd quarter was when that game shifted and the Eagles took advantage and took the lead. The Cowboys scored 0 points, and the Eagles scored 14 and totally changed the trajectory of that game. So that to me right there is the biggest concern I have for the Cowboys, is just the 3rd down production. They're going to have to get it going. They're going to have to come out of the locker room at halftime and put some points up, especially in this stretch that's coming up. But lastly, my last takeaway, last but not least, the offensive line. This is a bright spot. The Cowboys' pass protection since the Eagles game has been so much better, and they allowed 0 sacks in this last Commanders game. And that's also bleeding over to the running game, which is so crucial. The offensive line has been getting better every week. It's no coincidence that the offense has done the same. The O-line is the heart of the offense, and it goes how the offensive line goes. If they can keep improving from where they are and just stay healthy, they're going to be a tough offense for the rest of the year, no doubt. At the end of the day, it was another great game by the Cowboys. Hey, they don't make their schedule. I get they were struggling teams, but they did more than take care of business. Either way, the Cowboys will get their opportunity to silence the critics, and it starts this week. The Seahawks are a good-looking team. Yes, they have struggled the past 2 weeks and had some tough losses. That just makes them even more hungry. I think this game really comes down to the defense. If they can stop Geno and disrupt them and stop the running game, I don't think Seattle's going to be scoring much. But Seattle has a decent defense themselves and could do the same, so we'll just have to wait and see. I feel confident in the Cowboys, but you never know any given Sunday. Thanks for watching, and congrats to Dak. Peace.